If you want sweet relief, give up on the majority of your desires, habits, goals, ambitions, expectations you put on yourself because you're likely not going to do it anyways. And instead, focus all that energy on what you're actually willing, able, and most importantly, going to pay the price to accomplish. Hi, my name is Steve. I am a life coach and have been doing it for 10 years. This is my full-time profession. And if you're interested in very affordable coaching, my description includes the email address. Just send me an email, and the consultation's free. The first session's 50% off. Okay, let's get down to business. One thing as a life coach is I get clients that, and I do this myself, I'm guilty of this, that they want to accomplish a lot of things. They set a lot of goals, they have a lot of ambitions, and they want to change habits, they want to lose weight, they want to do all these different things. And what people don't realize, it's coming from a place of weakness. It's coming from a place of lack. Like, I'm not good enough who I am as I am. And in order to make me feel artificially better about myself, I need to make all these significant changes. And I will get clients, and this is very predominant in my male clients for some reason, in their 20s, who want to be the next Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, the multimillionaire, the multi-billionaire. And oftentimes they're very unhappy with their lives, and they have a lot of other baggage that they will bring to the coaching session that we first need to sort out, because they think accomplishment, success, fame, fortune, popularity is going to heal them. And we all do this to one degree or another. We are never ending fixer-up projects to ourselves. And social media and comparison, now you have the ability to compare yourself to, instead of 100 people that used to live in your tribe, now you're comparing yourself to 1 million people, 10 million people, 100 million people. And you're always going to feel like you never measure up. You're never going to be satisfied because there's always going to be someone better than you. Man, you could just go to the shopping mall and you're probably not going to be the best of anybody at anything. Someone in that shopping mall probably could do something a little bit better or a lot better than what you can do. They can run faster, they can sing better, they can dance better, they're stronger. And it is so hard to get to that level of where you really are top of the pyramid and absolute the best at what you set out to do. And it's not necessary, because what is the purpose of doing this? So much of it is coming from ego. We push ourselves. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want other people to like us. I often ask my clients that are very ego-driven, would you be doing this if the result was anonymous? So you had that sense of accomplishment, but nobody else would know about it. Or your identity was completely hidden. And funny enough, when I ask that question, they say, no, I wouldn't do it. And so much what we do is driven by this desperate need of approval, this desperate need of acceptance, and wanting to bolster our status in our circle, in our social network, in society. We want people to like us. We want people to think we're important. We want people to think we're successful. Why? What for? What is all this push? What is the end result? Because if you know about hedonic adaptation, which means whatever you get, you seek out something, then you get it, you eventually adapt to it, and then you need a new fix, and it no longer does it for you, and then you're jumping on to the next thing, to the next thing, and to the next thing. There are millionaires, there are famous people who are so dissatisfied because we as human beings are always designed to seek more. That's how our ancestors survived. We are a product of that. This need to survive, this need to seek out more, this need to hoard, this need to seek out power, fame, and status, That ensured our survival thousands and millions of years ago. It really how our brains are hardwired. Today, it's no longer necessary to that same degree. You can live a very simple, humble, ordinary life and be quite fulfilled. Now, back to what I started the video with. Cut out the bull, cut out the nonsense, cut out the lying to yourself by saying you want things that you're not willing to make the sacrifice in order to get. And you will have a sense of liberation and freedom. One of the things that I feel is most effective when working with my clients is getting them to realize they don't really want those goals or habits or dreams when it comes to the sacrifice necessary. We don't want to give up certain addictions. We don't want to give up certain behavioral patterns. We don't want to give up the price of getting this beach body, of going to the gym, 3, 4, 5 times a week, a couple hours a day. It's just not realistic. We have a limited amount of energy. We have a limited amount of time. We have a limited amount of money, a limited amount of resources. And that needs to be spent very, very efficiently and effectively. And you just can't do it all. And you can't be the best at everything. You can't even really be good at everything. So really discern, hey, what's important to me? What am I willing to sacrifice in order to get that? And cut out all the lies that we tell ourselves. When I first started coaching, I didn't really recognize this. And I would spend time holding clients accountable, really trying to encourage them, push them to accomplish the goals that they said that they wanted. And then I realized, oh my God, you know what? They really don't want these goals because the price is too high. And then it's like they were set free. And one of the beautiful things for me as a coach is not, a lot of people think life coach is goals, habits, accomplish success. To me, it's all about contentment. That's the most important gift I can give myself and I can give my clients, is learning how to be content with as little as possible. And then you're free because you don't have all these strings pulling at you. These strings that you think will make you happy. Well, if I do this, I do this. Everything has a cost. Everything has a price. And we just lie to ourselves. It's really unfortunate, but we're not truthful to ourselves and we're not even able to recognize it. That's what a coach does for me. Even though this is my full-time career, this is what I do, that's what someone I talk to is able to help me recognize my blind spots and things that I'm really not willing to do. It's really liberating. It's like we carry all these boulders of things people we think we need to be, and accomplishments we think we need to get, and approval we need to seek. They're like boulders in a backpack, and they just weigh you down. And when you start unpacking those and just dropping them off at the side of the road, you feel light, you feel free. Oh my God, I don't need people's approval. Oh my God, I'm able to say what I want authentically, even though people might reject me, might be unhappy with me. Oh my God, I'm able to get outside of white sheep thinking and break outside of conformity and do things that are outside of the box, do things that make me happy. One of my clients today, we're working on her traveling and having some adventures and having some excitement and not knowing what the future holds. And one of the things she felt very self-conscious or worried about and actually felt shameful about is when people ask her, oh, what are your plans for the future? And she doesn't really know what her future holds. And that uncertainty made her feel like she's doing something wrong, like she's making a mistake. Why? Because everybody else wants to play it safe, wants to have a plan, wants things to be predictable, wants life to be secure and comfortable. And there's not anything wrong with it if you consciously choose it, but most of us are just following it because that's what the other white sheep do. We just live very predictable, mundane, boring, routine lives. And for me, when she said that to me, I'm like, let's celebrate that. You're not knowing the future is exciting. It's invigorating. And when I was in that stage of my life, it was amazing the amount of incredible connections and encounters I had, the opportunities I had, the travels, the adventures, how I was able to grow and learn about myself that you just don't get, sleeping in a comfy bed, surrounded by walls, getting in your car surrounded by walls, and then going to a safe, secure, stable job. You just don't get that when you live within your comfort zone. And so a lot of the things that we have been conditioned to believe are the correct way to live is just BS. They're lies. And they're lies to control and manipulate and to create passive, compliant beings. All the good stuff lies on the periphery, lies on the outside of what the masses are doing. I have a saying like, whatever the masses are doing, run as fast and as far as you can in the opposite direction. So stop chasing things that you feel like you should be doing, or you have to be doing, or you must be doing, and really create some time in solitude and tap into your heart. Where is my heart leading me? What would make me uncomfortable? What would make me excited to wake up and get out of bed each morning? I loved when I was traveling and having adventures, waking up and not knowing what the day would bring. There's something very exhilarating. Now, I'm not saying that one has to do that in order to lead a fulfilling life, but we just put way too much pressure on ourselves. Let's lighten the load and accept ourselves in our brokenness, in our dysfunction, in our weakness, in our failures, in our shortcomings, because we all have it. It's the price of being human. And instead of burdening yourself with perfectionism and workaholism and push, bask in the joy of nothingness. Bask in the joy of simplicity, minimalism. Bask in the joy of adventure. Bask in the joy that it really takes so little to be content with your life. The marketers, the politicians, there's so many people that are trying to control our life energy and our mind. And when you are self-satisfied, you're much less likely to be manipulated and controlled. And most people don't even know how manipulated they are. And you just don't need much. And that's really the simple theme of this message. And I think on some level we realize that. And that's why we have all these unaccomplished goals and ambitions that we set out for ourselves. Man, when I was in my 20s, I had all these goals. I was really into Tony Robbins and making money, success, become somebody. I had like this vision board. I was going to be a millionaire by I was 25. I had the car that I was going to own, this really nice yellow Corvette that I was going to buy. It's all nonsense. And it all perishes on top of it. You can't take that stuff with you. And you spend so much of your life energy and free time chasing things that ultimately will not make you happy. And you'll just need more and more. And that's what's happened. We've got on a treadmill of consumption and dissatisfaction with who we are as human beings. And the price is absolutely enormous. But man, there's a solution. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'd love to hear about how you've been able to break free from all the brainwashing that our society programs us with in the comments. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe. And if you're interested in very affordable coaching, and everybody benefits from coaching, I really mean it, give it a try. There's absolutely no obligation. You don't like it after one session, you stop. But I really feel like there's so much value, and your life will grow exponentially with someone who's been doing this for 10 years and has just a different perspective. Until next time, thanks. Bye-bye.